Hello, 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 good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's perspective for Monday, February 25th. This is the last full week of February. And before the week is out, we will already be in March. Yikes. Already. Okay, so hello, Brit. So thank you for all joining me on Facebook Live and YouTube. Um, I wanted to, for many of you, you know that we are in Black History Month. And last night, I was able to attend an absolutely phenomenal showcase of excellence. And that's really what it was. It was a showcase of excellence um, in San Diego. And what it made me think of was that people will rise to the level of expectations we set for them. And I know a lot of times that's typically thought of in the student teacher analogy, and I agree with that, but not necessarily the student formal teacher analogy. Anyone that we have contact with, especially young people, I believe with every ounce of who I am that um, all people can live into the best version of who they were designed to be, even with disabilities. Now, hear what I'm saying. I did not say that everybody can reach the same level. No, now that I don't believe, but everyone can rise to the best, to the most excellent level of who they were designed to be. And until or if they are challenged to do that, they'll never reach their fullest potential. I watched all day yesterday because even at for the entire month of February, I have uh, I led Black History Month and in vignettes, and I took various segments of our community and highlighted personalities that were not very familiar but absolutely laid a foundation on which we stand today. And I used volunteers from I think the youngest may have been 8 to 81, literally. And it helped me to solidify the thought, raise the expectation, raise the standards that we are setting. So throughout this whole month, I have watched, in particular last night, a set of brothers. They were 6 and 8 years old, and they recited with all the appropriate animation a full speech from Dr. King. And what was even more than just recitation was the fact that they had split it up, and it was they were both Dr. Kings, and Dr. King would make a statement, and the other Dr. King, younger brother, would come back and finish it off. And they did this for the entire speech. And it just made me think because I asked a teen, I said, what did you think about that? Oh, that was great. That was a lot. I don't think I could do that. And I don't think I could remember all of that. Whenever we stop period at that sense day, we've done a disservice. We've accepted that lowered expectation. And so obviously, I and went on to prove that, oh, yes, you could, because you name 5 or 6 songs and they know the lyrics to every song. So, and that's memory. That's just repetition because you've eaten so much of the song that you are aware of that. I think of Nick Vujicic. And if the name doesn't ring a bell, Nick Vujicic, you've definitely seen him on YouTube, and he is an inspirational motivation force, born without arms or legs, but his parents did not let him even think for a millisecond, oh, my poor baby, what are you going to do? This man is married, has children, he swims, he skydives, he writes, literally. And I'm not talking about on the computer, although he does that as well, but they simply did not allow him to fall into a trap because they believed that even without arms or legs, that God gave him a purpose. There was a purpose for him. I think about uh, Stevie Wonder when not Stevie Wonder. This was Ray Charles, that his mom, because he wasn't born blind, but due to a ocular disease, he lost his sight very early. But his mom said, no, you've lost your sight. You have not lost your mind. You still have a mind. And I just think that thought process, the way of thinking that, no, you still have purpose. Let's find, is not making you line up with your brother or line up with your sister or your super smart cousin. No, let me challenge you. Let me pull more from you. If and when we accept mediocrity, if and when we expect or our expectation is non-existent or so low, you know what? Kids are not fooled. Young people are not fooled. They know. You've already said a whole lot about them. You said a lot about them when we allow them to get away with sloppy, when we allow them to get away without pushing themselves, when we allow them to get away with, I don't know. You ask a question, you know they have thoughts about it, but they say, I don't know, and we let that go. And I just believe that we need to raise the standard. We need to raise the bar on those in our lives, young people especially. The great poetry. It was Marva Collins, um, a phenomenal, extraordinary teacher. She believed in these kids. She simply believed in them. And so she set a very high standard. She set a high expectations, and they reached it. They came into her with deficits galore, educational, emotional, physical deficits, and she raised and kept the standard high, and they met the standards. And so I look, don't tell me. And I love good teachers. I think they are worth their weight in platinum, a good teacher. So I don't really want to hear about, oh, but you don't know, times are different and kids are different. I understand that. People are different. You different. I'm different from the generation before us. But what I know is that when we raise the expectation and go in with the mindset, this is not going to be easy and it's not going to be quick. When we get off quick, when we get off easy, when we see that each of these precious lives that we have been given the privilege to have an impact, to have an influence on, they deserve to be challenged. They deserve to be stretched to whatever their level is, to the max that they can do. And if we're not willing to do that, I think we're in the wrong. Just move out of the way. Move out of the way. I just so no, I very rarely accept, well, I don't know, because you have thoughts and I want to hear them. Your thoughts are valid, your thoughts are important, and sometimes it's a matter of us teaching them how to articulate, give them the space to articulate. Some people ruminate on things longer, and you wanted an answer in 2 seconds and then moved on. Well, you just told that student something. You just told that person something. Even in our adult relationships, we can raise the standard and not accept such baseline behavior. We don't have to do that. So I just, we got a couple of days left in February. I'm hopeful that all, whether you are of African descent or not, that you go out and learn something about the culture and experience all that is wonderful within the culture. It's been a wonderful month of learning. And again, last night just solidified to me, we must expect more, and they will deliver. Okay, that is it for me. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Have and make it a marvelous Monday. I will join you here again Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. Pacific. And until next time, take real good care of yourselves. Raise the standard even with yourself.